Hi. Well, a lot of people asked me, Tristan, how do you compose music with artificial intelligence? And well, today I'm happy on this beautiful Friday to show you my current state of the art of how I am composing. Just a little history. Last year, 2021, I've released 3 albums using a deep neural network that I have trained on heavy metal music. I incorporated this AI in my entire composing pipeline. So it was mainly the AI that provided me with the proper notes for the songs that I've generated. In total, 36 songs distributed on 3 albums. So if you're curious about that, please be so kind, check out Hexagon Machine. You will find it on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms. This year, 2022, I'm also very excited because I'm thinking about creating my next album. And usually before starting a new album, I go into tool development. Previously, I've used a tool that was based on Jupyter notebooks. We used quite a lot of widgets, which was okay to work with. So you could imagine me sitting in front of a Jupyter notebook, clicking and listening to what the AI is generating and helping the AI slightly to generate quite a good songs and music. And then I took the music into my DAW, so Logic Pro, and there I did the whole editing and producing part. This year, I got a little bit tired of Jupyter notebooks. Don't get me wrong, Jupyter notebooks are quite good, but I kind of outgrew in my requirements the functionality that is available in Jupyter. So I decided, and I took a few days off to take all the functionality that I had and map it to web technology. So what you are seeing here is a composer, which is written in HTML5 with the whole JavaScript and CSSing. And I also added a lot of new functionality. So I'm quite excited and very happy to show it to you today. So this is where I would start. So this is now living on my computer, and let me just create a new project called Friday. There you go. Perfect. This is the composer. Nothing to see so far because, well, the project is still empty. Let me get started. So first thing I do is I would decide on, let's say here, heavy metal, deciding on the heavy metal subgenre. And I also said a note density. Note density is, statistically speaking, the amount of notes that we have per bar. And well, if I increase the density, there are going to be more notes in the bar, and if I go down, going to be less. Well, composing heavy metal music, a nice way to start maybe would be starting just with the drums. So you might sit in your practice chamber with your friends, and you have the drum player playing something on the drums, and then you improvise some guitar on top of that. So let us start with the drums. There you go. Looks very promising. So what you see here is a drum sequence. Well, seeing is nice, but listening is better. Let's have a look. Okay, this already gets me very, very inspired. I would like to change this slightly. My feeling tells me that maybe this one would be good at the end of the 4 bars. So I copy paste it there. And this one would be good here. That one could go there. So we have those two here. Well, let's change it like that. So here, first bar, then repeating those 2 bars, and then something with a little, how can I say, a little bridge in the end. Let's play that one. So let's play it all. Okay, quite nice. So we have some music here. Still very rhythmic. Let's add some guitar. That looks very promising. And you'll hear me a lot that I say it looks very promising, because if you're accustomed to piano roll notation, other notations, music notation in general, you can actually look at it and see like what's happening here. So let's listen. So it starts a little riff here and continues with the same riff there, and then it does just the chord, and then it stops and then comes back again. Let's give the AI another chance. Let's see. Okay, that looks even better. So, but maybe let's do it here also. Okay, promising. Let's listen to that one. So it starts with something, and then it continues. Okay, that's quite fine. So we have a riff, 4 bars. Well, next, a bass. Let's add a bass here, and you see, well, the bass is doing some things. So it's playing a little. And how does it sound like? Okay, that's already quite nice. So we have here drums, we have the bass, and we have the guitar, and they all like sound well together. And that's the whole beauty about what's happening here. Well, I didn't tell you yet. In the background, there is a deep neural network. It's actually GPT-2 trained on 7,000 heavy metal songs, as I've said in the beginning. I trained this this net at around Easter last year. So I took heavy metal music, mapped it to something that GPT could work with, trained GPT. And now every time I click here, GPT is invoked in the background. And what it does is it's predicting bars. And the beauty is it does not only predict bars standalone, it takes into account all the other bars that already exist. So if I would compose another guitar, which I might I might be tempted to do in a second, it would take into account the drums, the bass, and the already existing guitar, and compose something that is harmonically sound. Compose something that actually fits the music that we already have. So let's add another guitar and see where we are. So this is the guitar. Very straightforward, happens all the time in metal music. It's just doubling the already existing guitar. But what about going down slightly in the note density and retrying it? So I'll decide that this one is the second guitar. Aha, interesting. So now the guitar is playing less notes, so not so many, I can say this, it's not really rhythm guitar, so this is more like a first or maybe even a solo guitar. So let's listen to that one. It's getting more interesting. So now we have 2 guitars, and with the bass and drums all playing together. Why not going a little bit more down the wild road? I also have this other button here, which allows me to add another accompaniment, which is not guitar and or bass. So other is usually a piano. So here's a piano. Let's listen to that one. So it adds a little bit more, how can I say, texture to the whole thing. What about going up in the density and trying again? Maybe there's something nice waiting for us. So what we see here now is that the piano is now actually doubling the already existing guitar, but with a little variety in it. Listen to that one as well. So that's fine. Let's go up again in note density. Ooh, now it's a little bit more tighter. Let's listen to that one. I don't like that one, so let's do this again. So this looks a little bit more staccato here, and then holding the notes, and then something else. So let's listen to that one. Okay. So you see that's already getting quite crowded in here. I just wanted to show you that it's actually possible to compose also piano on top of that, but well, if I don't like it, I add a little bit more here. I just remove it with the trash bin. So that's quite fine. So you saw me using GPT in the background, composing a couple of bars of music. And well, that's not all. Usually, well, you would continue. What about, so heavy metal, this is density 6. What about going down in density for the second part and compose a little bit more drums? So here the AI decided not to have so much in it. I can listen to that one. So this is the new bar. And now it's the previous bar and the new bar. And here you hear everything, and here's just, it's just the drums. So let's listen to that one. So this is very calm, very slow, very soothing. Let's add a little bit more here. Okay, that looks promising. And always keep in mind, looking promising means that you can actually see what's happening here. So what about, I would love to copy paste this one. Let's do it twice. And now I'll go up slightly, so maybe this, and I would recompose that bar. Oh, now it's getting very, very heavy. So maybe, okay, now it looks very agitated. So maybe this was, no, I don't like that. It's too much. So I go down in density again. See what's happening here. Okay, let's listen to that one. So starting from here, no, let's start from here to there. So it's the previous bar we had, and then we're starting a new piece of music. Listen to that one. So it's now slow drums. Ooh, that's something very interesting. I'll go up slightly and add a guitar. Okay, that looks nice. This one is also nice, repeating pattern, different chords. So that's interesting. Sorry, it skipped a couple of things. So let's listen to it again. Ooh, that's a fine riff. But we need the bass. What about adding a bass? Here's the bass. Here's the bass. Here's the bass. Here's the bass. I want to listen from here to there. Okay, let's have a listen. Ooh, that's really good. So what you can see from here is that I'm actually not, I'm not composing music on a note level. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a very, very strong tool, which is GPT-2, trained on a lot of heavy metal music. And I ask it, like more like a friend, I ask my friend to create some music for me, and I curate all the ideas that I get from the AI. So if I like something from the AI, then I keep it. If I don't like it, then I'll replace it with something else. And what you can see also here is that I have a lot of control here. Like, for example, setting the genre. Well, it's only heavy metal here, so maybe there's going to be a music. It's going to be some more videos with different genres. So if you like, just put down the in the comment section, put a comment about like what kind of heavy metal music you would like to hear, and maybe I will create another session where maybe, for example, compose black metal or death metal. But the story is that I kind of steer the whole process, and the AI does the note level work for me. And well, you could easily imagine I would do this for a couple of more minutes. And well, we did not, well, this video is not very long, and get a very, very nice basis for a song. And then I would take this, put it to Logic, rearrange a couple of things, maybe add a little detail here and there, turn it into a whole song. In a sense that you have a verse, a chorus and bridges, intro and outro, and all the other things that you need to have a good song. And then, well, ready to ship. And I can tell you, and I've been using the predecessor of this process in my previous albums, it kind of gave me more time. So when it took me like 8 hours, roughly one working day, to come up with a good structure and a song, like getting a rough song up and running, it now goes down to half the time, because, well, I don't spend so much time improvising notes and thinking about the theory behind the harmonies. It's just the AI that gives me already perfect, nice things, which I can control in its generation. And then I use these musical ideas and turn it into whole songs. So that's it in a nutshell. Nice user interface for GPT-2, which has been trained on heavy metal. Hope you like it. If you like it, please hit the like button. If you did not subscribe to my channel yet, please go ahead. And also, if you have any ideas, share them in the comments. Thank you very much.